And 3, 2, 1. Hello, everyone. Welcome back to the Inner Podcast, where you get to embrace your inner nerd. I'm your host, Brandon.
And I'm your host, Aaron.
And I'm the guest. I'm Blake.
Yes, everyone. This is Blake. Don't ask how we know him.
He's our prostitute.
He kind of just walked in here.
You're not supposed to tell them.
So I had something.
Wow. That's cool.
Oh.
Do you need to get tested for it? Or?
Yes. I actually need my phone for this.
I need to be tested for my attitude because it's coming out positive.
I feel it. Okay.
Copyright.
Copyright strike. Okay. So I had a couple things for us to do so that we can warm up a little bit.
Wow.
Warm up our vocals.
Wow.
Know what I mean? Okay. So I'll let you guys choose. Okay, so we can do 5 historical facts that will mess up your perception of time. We can do some emotions you felt before, but you couldn't explain them. Or we can do hardcore would you rather.
Would you rather?
Probably would you rather. The other ones, I don't even know where to start with the other ones.
They were more of something that like I would list. It's just kind of like interesting factoids. I'd be reading through them and anyway.
Are these nerd would you rathers?
No.
This is a nerd podcast.
We can get to the nerdy stuff, but this is anyway.
Great fart.
Are we going to die?
Are you ready?
No.
Okay. Would you rather have a perfect Would you rather have a perfect memory or be able to forget anything that you wanted at will?
Perfect memory.
Perfect memory?
Yeah.
I would say perfect memory. Are we allowed to say why, or are we just
Go for it.
And
you're done. No.
Despite the amount of times I've told myself, "Oh man, I wish I could forget that memory."
Right.
I feel like the whole reason of making mistakes and having those cringy moments or those times you wish you could forget is to learn from them. So if you have the perfect memory, one, you have those moments to be like, "Oh yeah, that's why I don't do that thing anymore because of that memory." And I could have a conversation with someone and not be like, "I'm sorry, when did you bring that up?" Or what's that person's name? I hate being forgetful.
The only reason I would say I would prefer to have forget anything that you wanted at will is because I think I already have a pretty good memory. And the only reason even though there might be some things that I forget, there's sometimes that I'll be having a conversation with someone and I'll bring up something that happened years ago and I'll be able to recall every single detail and they'll say like, "How did you remember all, like, is that even real?" And I'll be like, "Yep, it happened." And I'll even be able to tell them what they were wearing that day.
I have moments like that too. Also, when it comes to writing, it's all perfect memory would also be very helpful to have continuity purposes. But
so you wouldn't have to like worry about researching it again or something.
And every time we have a conversation and I'm like, "Oh, this thing happened," and you're like, "That's not how it happened." I'm like, "Who's the one with the perfect memory?" Bitch.
But I'm just saying, I think I'm pretty satisfied with my memory that I would much rather pinpoint things that have happened that I just think to myself, I wish I could forget that. Yeah. Like I never saw that.
But what if you
Anyway,
what if you make that mistake again because you forgot it?
Then I'll forget it again.
Yeah.
And then you'll make the mistake again.
That's fine.
I would, again, I'm pretty much on the same premise as him. Is I would want the perfect memory because I would want to remember the stupid stuff that I've done in the past.
You have a bald spot on your eyebrow?
And the power of editing to not humiliate Blake on camera.
Oh.
Anyways.
Yeah, same premise is I would want perfect memory just because you could I don't know. I find it sweet. It's sweet and sorrow moments. Like, you remember all the stupid shit you've done in the past, and I would much rather remember the times when we thought we were super cool parkour guys, or
Cut that out.
Stop.
we thought we were BMX guys, and we would be like, this is such a massive hill, and we would go,
Oh.
done. And in our minds, we're like, that's pretty freaking
Or
stupid.
when we had those like beginner quads, but we kept jumping them. We're like, that was so high. I got so much air.
Or when
Really?
Mackenzie thought she knew how to steer a quad and she drove right into a tree.
So we can humiliate her on this podcast, but
They don't know who she is or what she looks like.
Just a
she's actually been mentioned on my channel a couple times, and I think on, yeah.
Just to make it worse, she didn't just hit one tree. She hit a tree, a boulder, then a tree right next to the tree she hit.
Man, she's getting railed on this.
We should have Mackenzie as a guest on our podcast.
Yeah.
She'll be like, I heard when you guys talked.
Anyways, okay, so next question. Would you rather... I haven't read any of these, by the way.
Oh,
Would you rather always feel understood or always feel appreciated?
I almost feel like that's so similar.
No. I would say understood, because I feel like a lot of what I'm saying makes sense, but I keep getting weird reactions from people, like they don't understand what I'm saying. And when it comes to appreciation, I would like to earn it. I mean, there are times when I feel like I'm doing a lot for someone and I'm not getting the appreciation that I think I should get, but I still want that to be earned. I don't want everyone to appreciate me for sitting on my butt doing nothing. I'd much rather just be understood so that I don't have to feel crazy when I'm trying to explain something to someone.
Right. Okay. And what about you, Blake?
Sorry, what was the question again?
The question was, would you rather always feel understood or always feel appreciated?
Understood or appreciated? I probably understood, because if I had a stance on something, or if I thought something that I thought to myself that I believed in was something that I cared about, and if someone were to understand where I'm coming from, and that's where I would really see that coming in.
Also, your relationship communication would be really nice, because
Damn, dude.
a lot of stuff would be cleared up if you were understood by your partner, because then they wouldn't have to ask so many questions. Or
It turns into the 20 question game.
yeah,
But why?
it would save a lot of marriages.
Okay, so we're going to switch this up a little bit because I did read ahead a little and some of them are rather depressing, so I was able to pull up a quick new page. This is a gaming edition to continue the same thing.
So now we're in the nerdy version of it?
Yes, and I intended that the whole time. Okay, so some of these are pretty easy and some of them might make you think a little bit. First one's easy. Would you rather play games only on console or only on PC?
Console.
I don't really have a stance because I can only pick one. I've only played on consoles. So I don't have really like a
Right.
example to be like, oh, this game's really fun. Because the only times we have played on PC, it's been on the laptop, on my laptop.
Right.
And you guys have been on the PCs.
Right. So you look like you were hesitant. Did you want to chime in again?
Well, I mean, with PC gaming, like, sure, you have more variety of things you can play and probably for more affordable prices. But one, we've been playing on consoles for how many years now? And we've been playing on PC for very little amount of time. There's a lot of issues when it comes to gaming on PC. Like, you have to account for like
Specs and stuff.
yeah, and sure, you have to do that with consoles, but not nearly to the same degree. And you have a higher percentage of being satisfied with playing on console. And for all those PC freaks out there, I don't care what you say, the console's always going to perform better. In general, which you guys are like, oh, well, the frames per second, does it look good? Most people don't care.
I will not only to just give some props to PC, but I would say just having a PC for the time that I've had, I'm going to say that if I had to choose from now on, I would only game on PC. And the reason why is purely just because you have way more games to play. And we're also going into 26, so we're just around the corner from a generation where PC will be able to play every single type of game.
Right.
Doesn't matter if it's Xbox, PlayStation, whatever. Indie, PC title. And when it comes to the generational thing, yes, that can get really annoying with, every time like games get more and more advanced, you have to upgrade your PC. But the nice thing is that your old PC can still get some value, whether you use it for something else or you sell it or you salvage for parts, whatever. The PC still has more longevity, whereas a console, as soon as we go into the next generation, sure, it has a little bit of a lifespan, but at some point they end up stop making games for it and they end up stopping production on them. And then you end up having a collection and a pile of consoles, which is actually cool for some people because they collect, they stash them, they still utilize them in some way, shape, or form. But for me, as just for going for a little bit of a minimalistic setup and for someone who likes to just things to be a little neater, I just rely on backward compatibility and, sites like GOG that reformat and keep some games alive. So sometimes the backward compatibility becomes obsolete at that point. And if you have the money to do it, you can have games look and perform better than console if you're privileged enough to do that. But most people who play on PC normally have like an objective on what type of games they play, so they build a PC around that. So that's the only reason I'm going to say PC. So
Unless you're like us and we build very bougie.
Oh,
PCs.
I mean, yeah, for our first PCs, we definitely put some money into them. No, and it's going to be really tough now with prices going up because AI, we're not talking about AI right now.
Tell me about it. I only have, 3 parts?
Yeah, and you got freaking cock blocked because all of a sudden it's like, oh, I can't buy an $89 pair of RAM anymore because they're $400 all of a sudden.
It's ridiculous.
Okay. I think this one's pretty easy. I could be wrong. Would you rather play single player games? Let's just assume this means forever. Single player games or multiplayer games? And I'm also going to assume that multiplayer means like the modern version of multiplayer, which means that it's like online based, probably competitive.
Yeah, because a lot of people these days specify between multiplayer and co-op.
Co-op, yeah. Or local co-op.
Yeah.
Couch co-op.
Because local co-op, to a lot of newer gamers, when they think of co-op, they think of something that they play
Like
kind of like a single player experience, but with someone else.
mm-hmm.
And then you have couch co-op, which is together.
Well, local and couch is the same.
I didn't say local.
Didn't he say local?
No, I just said co-op and then I said couch.
I heard you say local. Anyway, sorry. So what's your answer though?
I'm gonna have to say single player.
Okay.
I'm more satisfied with single player games.
Mm-hmm.
And honestly, this is a weird thing to say, but sometimes I feel like I hate the decision like when I'm sitting there playing a game that I'm really enjoying,
Mm-hmm.
and then I get a notification that someone's online. And then it's like,
So,
do I sacrifice playing this game that I literally am enjoying? Like, I enjoy playing games with other people,
Right.
but it's 50-50. I like the game that we're playing together. I'm only having fun playing that game because it's with other people. But the game that I was just playing, I enjoy more by myself. And I spent a lot of money on that game. So I like to just play that game instead of the free game that we're playing together.
Got it.
And like Last of Us, Uncharted, a lot of like PlayStation exclusives, you can't have that kind of experience when it's multiplayer. Just
Blake?
It's hard. Recently, I've only been playing multiplayer games because it's been like with you guys, and I haven't really like sat down and just binged playing this. Like the last single player game I probably played was Dead Space. On that line, I would probably have to say more towards multiplayer, just because it gives me the opportunity to play with like you guys, and I feel like we have a lot of fun playing those games, especially when we start getting a little bit on the testy side at each other, being like, hey, I'm down. Can you come get me? Nope, I'm out.
yeah, but if you have single player games, then it gives you an excuse to spend more time in person with those people that you want to play with.
But if I'm with people, are you going to be playing games while you have friends over?
No. I'm just saying it gives you more an excuse to be social with the people that you want to spend time with. Because you can't do it. If you have a single player game and you can't play multiplayer games, then you have to go socialize with the people you want to spend time with.
Yeah, and I think my answer would also be single player games, because while I do,
It wasn't as loud as I wanted it to be.
and it's also not your microphone.
Yeah,
I wasn't going to fart on it. I was just going to
I don't
fart
care.
near it.
I don't care.
So don't touch your eye with that.
It didn't touch my butt.
It's big guy.
I think I'm also gonna say single player games, because I think I get more value out of them, and I've just had better experiences with single player games. And the only multiplayer games that I do play are with you guys. I'm not someone who's chronically playing video games. And when I do get obsessive about a game, it's not a multiplayer game. So, yeah,
Space Chronos.
right. Like I'll never be able to not play Dead Space. Even if it means the third Dead Space, I'll play it.
Yeah, Doom wouldn't be as fun with other people. Doom is nice playing by yourself.
All right.
I love Dead Space.
You guys are talking about a game you like. I want to talk about a game I like.
Would you rather play only games that you already own, or play games you would need to still acquire?
The games on my roster currently are sick as...
But it means that if you choose that if the coolest game in the world comes out tomorrow, you can't play it because you don't own it. Pre-order the game, then you own it. No, that still means you have to go to acquire it, though.
it.
Yeah. Damn it.
And
Thought I found a loophole.
that would imply that really cool game was announced and the pre-order was available. But if you make the selection or the choice now, and then the pre-order gets available, then you're screwed.
That's true.
Yeah.
So what's your answer?
You know what? I think it would have to be games that I still acquire or still need to acquire, only because as much as I can play the games that I have over and over again, I've played them enough. Well, one of them I still need to finish, but I've played them enough to know, like, I enjoyed the game. I really liked the game, but there are other games coming out that I really want to play, like Wolverine, and then potentially a Spider-Man 3, and then that new game, Intergalactic. What's the one that?
Yeah, Intergalactic.
By Naughty Dog.
The Heretic Prophet.
Yeah, I want to play that one. So, yeah. And then I'll keep the other ones just in my sweet old
It's
memory.
kind of a mouthful of a name. Intergalactic, the Heretic Prophet.
Yeah.
The Last of Us is like easy. Uncharted. Crash Bandicoot. Intergalactic, the Heretic, See, I'm already tripping over it. Intergalactic, the Heretic Prophet.
Yeah, Crash Bandicoot might be difficult if you have a speech impediment.
Crash Bandicoot.
Crash Bandicoot.
Yeah, I'm playing Crash Bandicoot. What's your answer?
I would probably just have to say the games I have.
Okay.
Because there's some games I have such good memories with that. Because you get in those moments where you're like, man, I miss this game. And you want to go and play it. If you picked his selection, you wouldn't be able to do that.
Yeah, you'd have to watch someone else play it.
When that's boring as hell. But I would much rather be able to relive the memory of me and my siblings playing Black Ops and going to town on zombies or fights about multiplayer, us looking at each other's screens when we were like, hey, I'm not looking. You don't see that.
Question: does the option of like the games you own, does that also count for the games that you have owned in the past, or is it just the ones that you currently own?
Because I feel like that's the same thing.
Well, no, they're different because there are some games that we played in the past that you can't play now unless you have like certain mod downloads. Like one of the games that I've been, whose phone was that?
It's yours.
I put on silent.
I think it means that you currently own it. So if it means you have to reacquire it,
Got it.
it means you have to go acquire it.
Hold on. But what if are we talking about our day and age where we have it technically? We just have to download it? Does that still
Are you talking about Game Pass?
No, like it's like we have our library.
If you've paid money for it and it is in your arsenal, your roster of
Damn
games.
it.
Like you don't have to go out of your way to
go and
reacquire it.
There's a game that I've been doing research to try to find a way to like easily replay it, but it's questionable. And that's Spider-Man Web of Shadows. In order to play that game, you rather one have to own.
Oh, do you need an emulator for it? Probably. Or is it on Steam?
It's not on Steam. There's just a bunch of these websites that you can download it from.
Emulate it.
Right, but I'm not sure if those are reliable. And every single time I look up on YouTube on how to do it, everyone's like, you have to download this file, you have to do this thing, and you have to do that, and then this, and then you might be able to play it.
You should check if the if GOG on their Dream List thing, if people are putting votes up for it.
They are,
There you go.
but that doesn't guarantee that.
True. Also, I just thought of another thing. You brought up games you have to download. So Game Pass. When it comes to Game Pass, you don't. So you're paying a subscription, you know, and you don't have to go acquire it. They're giving the game to you.
Well, technically,
Because
you own everything on Game Pass.
because when you go to acquire something, you're like, oh, I have to do this and this and this. But with Game Pass, they're like, here's a game.
yeah,
Play the game, and you're like, cool.
yeah, because we pay for the membership, so technically we own it.
Yeah,
In a sense,
Right.
because there will be a point for some games where
Yeah.
you can't play this anymore.
Well, based on
That's
reviews and-
that's what I'm experiencing now. You know how many games I downloaded on my Xbox that were part of like the higher version of Game Pass, and then I went to go play it, and they're like, "You don't have the ultimate version because you downgraded because you wanted to not spend out the ass for games."
You didn't want to spend $30 to play all.
That's
these games.
stupid. Why would I want to do that?
What top memberships $30? Lowest is like $9.
I have the middle one, and that's $20. Just still too much.
Keep talking.
Let's see how much this hurts my bank.
Well, yeah, I came up with my answer. Oh, what I was gonna say is, to kind of, back up my choice, is that experience that you would have if you were to make that choice to only play games that will be coming out in the future, is you just be experiencing what people are experiencing now. Like, how many games?
You're right. Ultimate is $30.
How many games can you think of now that you played in the past that you can no longer play anymore? Like I said, Web of Shadows is one of them. You can't play Anthem anymore. Think of the countless amount of games that you might have enjoyed in the past and you can't play them anymore. It would be the exact same thing if you were to choose to only play games that are coming out in the future, because then there in memory. So it'd be no different than what you're doing now.
Right.
I still go with mine just because, again, all those memories.
It's a fair choice. Like, I'd love to be able to play Spider-Man 1 and 2 multiple times.
Yeah, and I think I'm gonna have to agree.
I think I'm gonna have to agree.
With what you said about the games that I already own, because I couldn't give up Halo Reach.
Well, that and just like
I-
Batman.
Yeah, like the Arkham franchise as it exists now. I can't let go of Dead Space. Crisis. I have all the Crisis games.
Yeah, because
all of the Assassin's Creed games up to
have all
right
those
now,
too.
Brandon.
yeah,
You would be giving up Ezio.
Well, I kind of already did, because not only do you own the games that we accumulated over the years of the Assassin's Creed games, but the ones that I have access to that I actually play on are rather on PlayStation, which are like newer ones, and the older ones are on the ultimate version of Game Pass. Unless you get the Ubisoft Plus separately,
No, that's EA.
whatever, then that's just more money. So I did have access to all the Assassin's Creed games. Thanks, Xbox.
Oh, someone's a little salty.
Would you rather? How many of these are there? Not a lot. Okay. We're almost done. Would you rather only play games that challenge you? Fuck this question. Sorry.
This question is challenging, my boy.
It was would you rather games challenge you mentally or physically?
Like, are you talking about like the ones at the Connect where you can like?
Are we playing Wii here?
Well, because you remember for a short while they came out with that stupid
Connect.
Yeah, and it was like everyone thought it was like the coolest thing ever, and you're over there looking like an idiot trying to get it to work, and your character's like.
Remember when they released Dead Space 3 for the Kinect and you could control Isaac? It's not working.
Yeah, it never worked.
Okay, next one. Would you rather play only...
Skipping this question too.
No. The way it phrases it is weird. Would you rather play a game that's like endless? So it's like a game, like one game you can hop in just go. Like Minecraft, I guess. Or would you rather play games that are less than 20 hours long?
Less than 20 hours long.
I agree. I think especially single player games, when they can succinct a story in like anywhere between, I think 12, like a 15-hour game is perfect.
I've been meaning to bring this up because I don't think I brought it up in the last episode.
Mm-hmm.
I think he's the recent CEO of PlayStation. Mm-hmm. He made a comment saying that he doesn't like the games that are coming out now that are like hundreds of hours long.
Okay.
Because like a lot of the OG players are adults now. Everyone has lives. Everyone has jobs, kids.
Mm-hmm.
He thinks that it's better to just have shorter form games like, like exclusives or single player games.
Something that has like a beginning, middle, end.
Right, so that you can enjoy it and then it can be over and then you can move on to the next thing and not worry about like, oh, I've spent 100+ hours on this game, but one day I'll be able to finish it when I can find the time to do so.
Right.
He gets in more depth about it, but that's essentially his opinion, and I totally agree.
Blake, what about you?
I'm opposite than you guys because there's some games I've gotten so connected to, and it's like I truly don't want it to end. And like just as it's getting good, the moment is like.
What's an example?
Well, like, I'm trying to think of a good one. Like Crisis. What's the one with Alcatraz? Is that 2? Yeah. Crisis 2. It gets to a point where he starts being this like. He's literally a tank with legs, and you get to this point where you're at that point, and then it's like, oh, you know what? Game's over.
Yeah, but I think what's good about that is that it makes you wanting more and you return for the next game.
Yeah.
You know, because then again they're able to succinct a story and like an experience. Because sure, I've thought of games before where I'm really getting into it and then it ends and I'm like, no, you know. And then but looking back at it, it's better that they ended.
Right.
Do I want them to cancel Dead Space Remake 2? No, I don't. But was the remake of Dead Space like the perfect length of time? Yeah, it was great. It was like a 15 hour experience.
Yeah.
Yeah, but they didn't change. They changed some things, but they kept it. They basically like
They added.
cleaned the game, and it made it more of an experience.
Yeah, and it made me crave a remake of Dead Space 2.
Yeah, to see what they would do with
I know.
Dead Space 2.
And then they canceled that.
Do you guys like need a minute or?
I'm angry.
But it's just that it's some of those. It's the same with like some TV shows I've watched. You're like, man, I get really connected to this character or the story, what's going on, and how they're telling the narrative and everything. It just you fall in love with it in a sense, and then it just kind of is like.
Actually, we've had that conversation about TV shows too. We think that TV shows should be more limited and
Yeah, I think limited the idea of a limited series works better.
yeah, because you have the ability to like come out with something that's really clever and well written from beginning, middle, and end, and then it's not drawn out. Like there's so many shows that are coming out now that it's like you should have ended on like this season. Like The Flash, for example, the CW Flash
Went on way too long.
way too long. Like
Right.
first season, great. Second season, amazing. Third season, it wasn't too bad. Everything else after that, garbage.
Even sitcoms, like I will die on this hill that Friends is one of the greatest written shows of all time. But if it went on longer, it would have gone on for too long.
Oh yeah,
Okay, I thought you were
They
about
would
to
have
say
messed it up.
right.
You can't go. Okay, Big Bang Theory. It had great seasons. I think it was like season 5 came around. That season just was they picked up a little bit in their last couple seasons,
Yeah.
but I just had a really hard time getting through 5. But Friends is like it's so good all the way through. If they tried to pick back up like with all of the members of Friends after the big move, it would have ruined it.
Right.
So yeah, I agree. I think less than 20 hours for a game,
Yeah.
even if you want to just say a clean 20 hours, fine.
Right.
I don't think I've ever played a narrative game that goes on that long that I'm like, oh, God of War kind of goes on close to that time.
Well, people fell in love with Red Dead.
Yeah.
Too.
See, what's really nice about games like the Ghost of Tsushima / Yotai games or God of War is that there is a well, yeah, Assassin's Creed. There is a beginning, middle, and end, and it is the only reason why it's drawn out is because it forces you to explore a little bit more. Like with Ghost of Yotai, like yes, you can fast travel, but there's still a lot you have to like discover on your own, and you kind of want to travel without fast travel because the game is beautiful. So,
That was something I was gonna add.
but so the only reason why those games are a little longer is because of the in-betweens. But and that's fine. I would make an exception for that. But like the pacing of games like The Last of Us, Dead Space, like single player games that are campaign driven, those just work the best because they've planned it out like properly and then they execute it and then they're like, well, because sure, there's The Last of Us Part 1 and Part 2 and those worked out really well and there could have been a Part 3, but like they have the time to be able to do that and to condense it into a story. And if Last of Us 2 went on longer than it did, then
Yeah, Last of Us 2 is long.
yeah.
Well, that was it. Thank you for actually bringing that, because me and my coworker were actually just having a conversation recently about that. Is because he's only a couple years older than I am, and he plays video games like on occasion. He has a family, so he can't really play all the time.
Right.
But he's like, I hate how the games I play, that they're on like the map's so big that I have to go and travel the whole time. And he's like, I wish there was like a fast travel like what you were talking about. I was actually disagreeing with him because there's something about going through the map, going through the experience of like traversal in games that I find like exciting. Because like Days Gone, I know you guys don't really like.
I think that's one that I should probably give another chance.
I've never played it, so I don't know if I like it or not.
Oh, I thought you said you did. But okay, but on that line is you can fast travel in that game, but if you do, you miss like 90% of what's going on in the game because the whole game is you're on a bike,
right,
you're traversing this gorgeous map to where you run into these special enemies, you run into hordes, and if you were just to fast travel, you would miss all that.
Yeah, I mean, and that's another reason why I was comparing between those games and games like Last of Us, because in Last of Us or Dead Space, you don't have to worry about fast travel because the game is designed to where everything is happening within the path that you're given.
Right.
And sure, games like Spider-Man, the Ghost games, God of War games, in order for you to fast travel, you have to go to that place first.
Right.
And then sure, you can make the exception like, oh, well, I've already been there. I've experienced it. I can fast travel. That's fine. But like you were saying, it's really nice to be immersed in the world. And like, I'm playing this game. I've spent this money on the game because I want to be immersed in the world. There are some segments that, sure, I'll fast travel just for convenience purposes and time. But the well-made games are designed to where traveling is kind of the whole point of the experience.
Well, that's Black Flag. Love that one.
No, that is not part of the exception.
Okay, for you, but for me,
You're just on a boat and you're not doing anything, and then
you're fighting
you occasionally fight this really boring and irritating fight, and then all the cool Assassin's Creed stuff that you're supposed to be doing because it's an Assassin's Creed game. It's like very periodic. No.
Yeah, but you get to do stuff on the sea where you get to go fishing.
Nothing.
You go and you get in the big old bell and go down
I'm
to the
not
bottom
playing
of the
Assassin's Creed to swim. I'm playing Assassin's Creed to climb on like buildings.
You guys. Okay, so that wasn't the last question, but the last question was kind of lame, and I think I already know the answer anyway. So, something else, I came across an interesting post that I'm not sure how I feel about it. So, Eurogamer, they're the best way to describe them is they're kind of like Game Informer for Europe.
Okay.
If that's my understanding. Yeah. They put out a top 50 games of 2025. I'm not going to go through all 50 of them. That would be crazy unless I'm going through. No. Okay. But I kind of wanted to just do some highlights that shocked me a little bit. So, Brandon, you really liked Ghost of Yotai.
Yeah. For good reason.
That has to be like top 5.
At least.
Hold on. Where did I see it?
People are dumb.
Hey, that's true because how they rate movies now to date, it's like, really? This movie's getting an Oscar?
Yeah.
Out of 50, where do you think they put Ghost of Yotai? No, just guess. Where do you think it went?
18.
Blake?
You said 50?
Mm-hmm. One obviously being the best.
35.
You got it.
No way.
They said
35?
Yeah. 35. Ghost of Yotai.
I'm sorry.
There's no games. There's not even that, or there are plenty of games, but there's none that are that much better than Ghost of Yotei. Okay?
Please don't tell me the newest Assassin's Creed got it.
They put Assassin's Creed Shadows higher than Ghost of Yotei. They put it at 29. I'm not joking.
Okay, as far as placement, that I would still argue that Shadows might be a little higher than 29, but higher than Ghost of Yotei? Ghost of Tsushima and Ghost of Yotei are the Assassin's Creed killers. Okay? Especially out of the newer generation of Assassin's Creed.
Is that the one that came out first or after?
It's the second one. Ghost of Tsushima is the first one.
It should be at least, to be generous, within the top 10. At least.
Do you have any wow, they missed so many games that came out in 2025 that were even like major hitters. They missed a couple.
Wait, what was?
Let me guess. Expedition 33 got like number 2.
Hold on. I was actually looking for a game that's not on here that kind of pisses me off that it
Yeah, what is number 1?
not Claire Obscure.
Thank God.
Expedition 33.
It can't.
Expedition 33 got 2.
Dude, you called it.
I wanted to be wrong.
Hey, I'm mad too. Chronos: The New Dawn did not even make it to the top 50.
What?
I'm not joking.
It was the Dead Space of 2025.
Do you want me to go through all 50 of them?
What made it 250? What was like there? Oh, okay, we have to.
Well, are there games there that we don't know of because you can
Probably.
You can just name the ones that we would know.
Okay, in order from 50 to 1.
Yeah.
Okay, so Avowed, Obsidian's like kind of their version of Skyrim or
yeah.
whatever. That was 50. Metal Gear Solid Delta Snake Eater made 48.
What?
Yeah.
Can we just end this podcast now?
One that I'm actually really shocked on because of how well it did. The Outer Worlds 2 got 44.
That's still too.
I don't
high.
have an opinion on that, so
As someone who played the first one and was really impressed with that game, I'm shocked on how low that one was. And especially people saying that the second one was a vast improvement. That game that got really popular, I No, I Am Not Human, made it above those, by the way, at 41.
really.
Yep.
It's
It was like an indie title of it was kind of like you had to let people in to your house and you had to make out who were imposters or not.
what were they called?
They were like a type of alien, so I don't know.
No, because they're from Earth.
Weren't they, like,
No,
a
I'm
form
pretty
of a
sure
mimic?
it's an alien. It's an alien invasion.
They explain that they come from the beneath the Earth.
I was wrong. Brendan was right. It turns out in the indie horror game No, I Am Not a Human, the primary enemies are the Visitors, monstrous beings that emerge from underground, mimicking humans with unsettling traits like dirty fingernails from digging out, so on and so forth. So I was wrong. They are not aliens. I don't know why I thought they were. Now that I think of it, I might have been getting it confused with a creepy pasta thing I was listening to or something. But yeah, it's they're creatures from underground. Okay, bye. I have no idea what you're referring to. Anyways, let's see. These ones, no one here cares about those. No. Oh, by the way, I do want to, not that any of us played this, but the Pokemon video games are famously bad. Okay? The new Pokemon game came out up to 42, so higher than those other games.
Hold on, so you're saying Pokemon got higher than
Metal Gear Solid, yeah,
A game that is
notoriously bad, yeah. Okay, so Ghost of Yotei, as I said, 35.
stupid.
Um,
I promise you, if you played the Ghost games, you would be offended.
For milestone purposes, not that any of us played the remastered version, but Elder Scrolls 4 Oblivion Remastered got 32. The game Peak, which we've all played, pretty good game,
Yeah.
31, which I think is low for a 1 through 50 list because of how well that game did. So Assassin's Creed Shadows gets 29.
But Peak did better than Metal Gear
I think it's
and Outer Worlds.
it grabbed a much bigger audience than those two
Only
games.
due to trend.
Yeah. So Assassin's Creed Shadows got 29.
So this list is biased against the algorithm. Got it.
Battlefield 6 got 24. Right under Mario Kart 3 at 23.
You know, they might be considering the campaign. Usually Battlefield campaigns are usually really good, and I haven't played it yet, so I wouldn't be surprised if that was a higher one, because I heard a lot of good things about the campaign.
Mm-hmm.
But I still wouldn't. No, maybe I would have put it above some of the ones that you named.
Another game that none of us played, but I thought was going to go much higher, especially because of the studio. Elden Ring Night Rain got 22. Personal one that hurt me a little bit was Death Stranding 2 on the Beach got 18.
I heard a lot of bad things about the second one.
Yeah, I heard the same.
So I'm kind of surprised it even made it that high.
I wouldn't put it that low. It's not as good as the first in a story sense. It's not as good as the first game.
Okay.
Gameplay wise, it's better than the first game. Kingdom Come Deliverance. I know none of us played it. Kingdom Come Deliverance 2 got 16. I'm surprised that one's not higher, especially because of how well acclaimed it became and how many awards it won.
Yeah.
Arc Raiders made it all the way up to 15, which I'm honestly not surprised about that one. It had a huge audience. There was a lot of people who were outside of the extraction shooter realm who came into it because of that game. It did really well. It's a very finished and polished game.
It's a good game, but would you still put it above some of the ones that you named already? Question.
Okay.
I don't know if I'm skipping ahead depending on your answer. Is Doom anywhere on this list?
No. I don't think so.
What is wrong with you people?
I don't think so. I didn't skim for that. This one I kind of want to do just to piss you off because none of us here are like giant Nintendo people. Donkey Kong Bonanza got 10.
Not 10? You gotta be fucking kidding me. Really?
This one might actually make you feel a little better. Hold on. Okay.
I doubt it.
No, because Donkey Kong got 10.
Ghost of Yote, it did terrible.
Silent Hill F made it all the way up to 8.
Okay, that's well deserved.
I haven't played it.
That's well deserved.
A game that we haven't played yet, Split Fiction made it all the way up to 6. Dispatch made it to 5.
Okay, I'm happy about that one.
Yeah.
Wait. I wouldn't put Dispatch above some of the ones that you've named already.
I agree.
It's good story, but I think the only reason why it got high was because of popularity.
And what's her name? Malevola.
I think I would have put Dispatch. I think I would have put Dispatch at 10, and then some
Okay.
of the other ones you've said.
Yeah, when I see her, it's like, ooh, sorry.
So
Mom. Sorry.
remember that game?
Blonde Blazer has gotten me.
Okay, then you should have played the game that way, Brandon.
You went with Invisigirl?
Invisigal.
And yeah, is it Invisibitch?
I would prefer Blonde Blazer, but I wasn't playing as me. I was playing
But
as...
what you weren't picking up on is that depending on how you play, you were like, "Oh, there's no chemistry between those two." The more you play towards,
I know. I
one-
watched other gameplays and I found out how good
Yeah.
Blonde Blazer and
'Cause you're a ding-dong.
No.
Rob Roberts.
Yeah.
Rob Robertson.
I didn't realize.
Mecha Man.
Yeah, I didn't. Realize.
Sorry, screw both of them. I want
Malevola.
Malevola.
Yeah, she's
For
hot.
sure.
She's hot.
Okay, so they remember the game, the guy in the barrel with an axe, and he goes up.
It's a hammer, but
Hammer.
yeah.
So they made Yes, they made a new game, Baby Steps. The one of the guy.
That was 2025. I swore
Yeah,
that
it
came
just
out way before.
No, it came out like halfway through 2025.
You're saying that made it on the top?
You got me.
I'm done.
It made it to number 3. Claire Obscura Expedition 33 was 2. Okay, so number 1 was a good game. In my opinion, does not go over most of these that we've gone for us.
Okay, good game because of quality of game. Good game because of story.
Good quality and story game, but it does not.
Am I gonna walk out of here?
Yeah.
You might. You might. I'd ask for a drum roll, but that'd be a little obnoxious. Thank you. Number 1 for Eurogamers, game of the year, Blueprints.
That stupid fucking puzzle game. I'm done.
And for the listeners who were curious about Brandon's question, no, Doom: The Dark Ages was nowhere on this list.
Why the fuck is Blueprints 1?
Oh.
Do you need a hug? I think he's not listening.
And I do want to reiterate that for the people who listened to our last episode, episode 18 or episode 1, season 2, whatever you want to call it, I put Chronos as my game of the year, personally. But that's for very specific personal tastes that I have. And that was nowhere on this list. So,
Did you go get a Rice Krispie? I agree with you. That should not even be remotely close to number 1. It's not the worst game.
right.
But it shouldn't even be on the top 50. If anything, 51.
I'm glad I got the reactions out of you that I was looking for with this list.
Blueprints. Who in their mom's basement doesn't go outside and think,
Yeah, Chronos: The New Dawn or Doom: The Dark Ages made it nowhere on this list. I will just throw out some of the names that I know none of us know what they are. Lego Voyagers.
huh?
I don't fuck. Yeah, Lego. Lego Voyagers? No idea. Oh, is that the one where you play as the 2 little blocks and you're like going on a little co-op adventure game? I think that's what that is. That made it to 49.
Or is that the one, it's like an empty world and you literally build it up?
The game that was banned from Steam, Horses, 46.
What?
Yeah, there was a game
Game that was banned made it on the top 50.
Yep.
A game that was banned.
Kirby Air Raiders was 40.
I farted.
Atomfall was 38. Lush Foil Photography Sim, 33. Oh, that one game, Sword of the Sea, from the creators of Journey, that made it to 30.
Is that the one with the crab?
No, it's the guy who's like kind of riding on a sword.
Oh.
I still wanted to play that game, actually. Abiotic Factor? You know the co-op game that we see all over Game Pass that we never play? That we keep talking about but we've never touched?
Is it the one where it's like you're mining stuff?
Like you're in like a factory, but it's like a sci-fi survival.
I have that on my play later list.
Yeah, that made it to 28. Promise Mascot Agency
The hell is that?
made it to number 20.
Is it like a love? I feel like it's one of those like.
The Seance of Blake Manor. 19.
I hate you.
I don't have a manor. I still live with my parents.
that new new rhythm based music game, Luminous Arise.
Is that the fighting one?
No, it's like just music. It's kind of like Tetris, but it's music. That made it all the way up to 17.
That made it on 17?
That made it on this list.
And Doom didn't?
A game called Skin Deep 12.
Sounds like a horror game.
Skate Story. That sounds familiar.
No idea.
9. Okay, so Hollow Knight, which none of us played, but
Got a lot of good reviews.
we knew it was going to happen. Made it to 7. A game that I've heard so much about that I've, to this day, never even seen gameplay of, Despelote, made it to 4.
I'm sorry.
Despelote. I'm going to look this up right now.
Do you kiss your mother with that mouth?
How do you spell this? Despelote.
Copy and paste.
Yeah.
Oh, it's like an indie narrative soccer game.
Why is 2 dudes popping up?
It's probably the creators of the game. Yeah, and Kronos and so our 2 game of the years did not make it on this list at all. Anyway, so that was Eurogamer's top 50 of 2025.
A Lego game and a Tetris game.
In a horse game.
And a game that was banned.
From Steam, yeah.
Made it.
Yep.
On the top 50. But a new survival horror game that was heavily inspired off of Dead Space. And Doom did not make it on the top 50.
If it makes anyone feel any better, they're making a Titanic video game.
We know the ending to that. It's gonna be sucky.
Don't.
It's like an escape style game. No one made it. By the way,
You know, the last thing I've thought about is, I wonder what it was like dying on the Titanic. I don't want to know.
Instead of giving her the door, are you gonna kick her ass off it and then be like, "This is mine"?
That's just a James Cameron thing. That didn't actually happen.
what's funny is that James Cameron even reconstructed that whole scenario because of that conversation, and he found out that Jack would have made it if he got on the door.
Well, did you see the door? The thing was huge.
Yeah, I mean, she could have just like scooted a little bit. Her feet.
But they found out that the buoyancy of the door would have been just enough to carry them for them both to live. Because they reconstructed a whole like system where there was like 2 actors that got on a floating door, and it worked.
Yeah, but it gave him the same like feel of like a Romeo Juliet kind of thing. It's like,
Yeah. Well, that was the pitch of the movie. Is Romeo and Juliet on the Titanic.
yeah.
But yeah, aren't we so? Woo! No, just me.
I missed the would you rather questions.
Well, do you want some good news?
Yeah, after finding out that Doom didn't make it on the top 50.
Here,
Their
just
stupid
to
list.
cheer you guys up. I actually looked through a couple of these, and if you've got a positive spin on life, they might make you feel a little better. Good news from around the world that no one is talking about. You ready?
Sure.
I actually thought these were interesting. If you guys don't think it's interesting, then I don't care. Australia could become the first nation in the world to eliminate cervical cancer.
Wow.
I thought that was interesting.
Yeah.
It's kind of a big deal. Pandas are no longer considered extinct or endangered.
Great.
This is one of the greatest successes stories in wildlife conservation.
Which probably an unpopular thought. I'm kind of surprised. Those bears are so stupid. Have you ever seen their videos?
I have,
They're the most clumsy animal on the planet.
but they've been like the most restricted animal that like China has kept because of, of them being endangered and what risks it involves.
Yeah.
But there's enough of them on this planet to where they're no longer considered endangered.
Great.
Um,
I'm just starting to realize, have you ever seen footage of a panda out in the wild?
no, because
Isn't that weird?
because for most of our lifetime they've been endangered,
That's so
so
weird.
they've been secluded.
I wonder what that would look like. Do they move?
This
But
one's
it's kind of the same thing with like polar bears. They're on the kind of going out too. But
Yep.
we see them out.
they'll
in the-
probably be the next one. Well, actually, hold on. I was about to contradict myself. Portugal is preparing to open Europe's first large elephant sanctuary for elephant rescued from circuses and zoos.
Wow.
So all of the ones that have been cooped up and used and abused for all of these years, they'll have a big place to go to and live the rest of their lives in peace.
Wow. That also means less tusks being removed.
The next endangered animal that is no longer considered endangered is the green sea turtle.
Oh.
So, what's their name? Finding Nemo. It's been forever.
Yeah.
They're safe.
Crash.
Crash and
Dude.
No. Crash and
what's the little guy's name?
oh my gosh, I can see the scene in my brain. It's just I can't figure out what he's saying.
Crash and
Squirt.
Squirt.
I was like, he's also the name of a soda.
By the way, it's Squirt. If you guys haven't caught.
Oh, okay. What is it?
Squirt.
Squirt? Okay. The Netherlands are closing prisons as falling crime rates reduce the... Wait. The Netherlands are closing prisons as falling crime rates reduce the number of inmates since 2009. More than 20 prisons have been closed. So their crime rate is so low that they don't need some prisons anymore.
That's actually really impressive.
I think we need to start
Yeah,
taking
can we
some
talk
hints.
to them and figure out what they're doing?
Yeah. Norway has done the unthinkable, becoming the first country in the world to achieve near zero deforestation rates.
Wow.
Near zero.
How do they...
They've never had to do it.
How?
Don't know.
What about, like, paper and stuff?
Probably imported and everything.
That or they utilize like recycled materials maybe.
Huh.
That or they 100% wait for the areas that are dying and then they reuse what's there.
Huh.
Yeah, like maybe they just let trees fall or something like that.
Weird.
Canada has passed a law that prohibits keeping large great apes and elephants. Why do I keep saying elephants? Elephants in captivity. So in Canada, zoos they're not allowed to keep elephants or gorillas or great orangutans anymore.
Wow.
Rhinos, probably. Hippos. They can be free. And if anyone goes to hunt them down, those hippos will just chomp you, blow up your head, you know?
Or you'll just get.
You want some more good
Or
news?
the rhino.
Yeah.
Fuck you.
You want some more good news or no?
Sure.
I have one more for you.
Okay.
No, I don't. There's
Oh.
more. Hold on. Yep, this is the last one. Some Dutch engineers created the world's largest vacuum cleaner, 600 meters long, which collects plastic from the oceans and helps restore marine life.
Wow.
Wow, don't we feel better? Everyone but the United States are doing good things.
I know.
Yeah.
What the hell are we doing wrong?
Everything, apparently.
Well, there's a walking Cheeto that could be an answer.
Wow. Isn't this great?
No.
Brandon's still mad.
I'm furious.
I'm furious.
Oh, no.
Stop deep throating the mic.
I guess it'd be like
Top 5. I don't need this anymore. You guys can keep talking. I don't know why you're waiting on me.
Well, you're the one with the laptop.
I am the one with the laptop. Sam, good news from... Oh, we did that one. Why are you guys looking at me? Eurogamer, we did that one already.
Sorry, we'll just...
I have more bad news.
No. You already gave plenty.
Yeah, do you think he's still salty about the whole Doom thing?
Damn it.
You're...
How about one little...
Take 2.
Okay. How about one more little piece of rumor that's going around right now?
Good or bad rumor?
I'll leave that up to you to decide. So, as you... Blake, I think you know this. So, some time ago, Amazon bought out MGM. MGM owns the film rights to James Bond.
Oh, okay.
The creative rights still fall to the Kirby family? Whatever the family that had creative rights over James Bond for all these years. But Amazon owns the film rights to them. They have a director / writer. It's going to be directed by Denis Villeneuve, the guy who directed all the Dune movies and Blade Runner 2049, Prisoners, the list goes on.
Okay.
Haven't seen half of those.
There are some front runners for James Bond, a younger James Bond. They're kind of doing something similar to the new James Bond game where he's like younger, early James Bond.
Got it.
But one of the front runners is currently rumored to be going around England as of right now, telling his friends and family that he is James Bond, that he has gotten the part of James Bond. So some people are wondering if maybe there is already an official James Bond, they just haven't officially announced it yet.
Is the person who's being an idiot a good choice, or?
That's the thing. I've seen him in things before. I think he's a good actor.
It better not be.
Do I think he looks like James Bond? No.
Do you have a picture of him up?
So for the listeners who won't be watching this visually, I will be editing a picture of him, but his name is Callum Turner. The most recent thing I can think of that he was in was the movie Eternity with Elizabeth Olsen from A24. There was 2 men. There was Miles Teller, and then her original husband was played by Callum Turner. He is also currently engaged to Dua Lipa, by the way. I am currently showing them a picture of Callum Turner right now. He's a pretty good actor, if I do say so myself, and he's well built. He's a charming guy.
But that's not James Bond.
The question is does he give James Bond vibes?
No, he looks like he's about to hand you a teddy bear being like, it's okay.
To be fair, you know how many James Bonds in the past didn't really look like James Bond?
I was just about to bring that up, because if you remember what Daniel Craig looked like in Casino Royale.
Nice.
Huh?
He looked good. What are you talking about?
Do you think so? I always thought he looked kind of dorky looking when he first
when I was
became
thinking
James
of
Bond.
people who didn't look like James Bond that played James Bond, he was not the one who came to mind. And
Who
God,
were you-
I wish I was better with names so I could actually like
Who were you
not
thinking
feel
of?
like an idiot. I like how you ask me that right after I say I'm not good with names. I'm also having stomach pains right now.
Which movie was he in?
Which one was it? Octopussy. That one.
Roger Moore?
Sure.
The redhead guy?
Yeah.
He was like my second favorite James Bond. And I think, that's the thing.
Okay,
When
but I don't think
of-
he looks like a James
That's where
Bond.
I disagree, because when I think of James Bond, he's kind of the look that I think of that older, very mature, distinguished looking guy for James Bond.
Okay, but that first guy was not even remotely close to that.
Oh, yeah, right. But this is a picture of Daniel Craig from Casino Royale.
Well, that photo actually wasn't in the movie. That's not what he looked like in the movie.
That's the first like 30 seconds of the
I thought
movie.
that was the test footage image.
No, that's like how the movie starts. And this is colored. It's actually black and white in the movie.
He looks like just a baby.
He is just a baby.
Even though he's way older than us at that point.
Well, duh.
I'm trying to think of who, like, a good example of who I
think
I
that
think of Daniel Craig.
I
when
mean
think of
the
James
worst James Bond was like a goofy looking guy. It's the Australian guy.
Oh,
The second guy to
but I don't know his name.
the guy who played him after Sean Connery, the model that lied about his.
Bond. I thought he was American.
I thought so too, but apparently he was Australian. I could be wrong. Hold on.
He was pretty dorky looking.
You guys keep talking. Yeah.
That's talking.
George
For those
Lazenby.
listeners, Blake just started rock, paper, scissors like an idiot. Aaron's like, start talking. And then faps on the microphone.
Yeah, he was Australian. He played James Bond in On Her Majesty's Secret Service. The worst James Bond ever. He looked like that.
Well, duh. I kind of didn't think he looked like the.
No, I'm just saying like that's
Like,
an actual picture from the only.
Was he only in like one movie?
I think he was in a couple other movies. Yeah, he was in movies afterwards. But I think the story goes is that when he became James Bond, he was just in a model. But he lied about his resume when he went in for the audition, and he got the part. So, but he definitely ended up being in movies afterwards. The Man from Hong Kong in 1975. Whatever that is in 1993. I can't pronounce that. Yeah. So we might already have a James Bond.
It's not like
I think it's growing on me.
What?
Oh, Callum Turner?
Yeah. Because I was trying to
I
think
think
of
he just needs to grow his hair out a little bit.
I was trying to think of like, what do I think of when I think of James Bond? And first off, I think because we were introduced to James Bond through Daniel Craig.
That's not true.
Yeah, it is.
No, it's not. Dad showed us James Bond movies before we watched the Daniel Craig movies.
Well, I don't know. Maybe I just think of Daniel Craig when I think of James Bond, rather that or Sean Connery. For me, it's like that's the spectrum as one of those two. But if I were to think of someone who, like a character, but take away the actor, like what do I think of James Bond? I think that guy is the closest. But like you said, like if he were to grow his hair out a little more and they like combed it to where it was more straight and less curly and like more like gentleman spy like,
Right.
I think I see it.
I think the thing that I'm getting hung up over is, one, I don't know if I want a younger James Bond. I kind of like James Bond being an older guy.
Yeah.
And two, they're doing the exact same thing with the game. They're doing a more book accurate version in the game where he's got like a scar across his face and stuff like that.
Yeah.
But they're doing the same thing about him coming from the Navy and joining MI6 and becoming 007. But do I want to play the game, do a whole journey that they made up for it, and then watch a movie reinterpretation of the same thing?
Right.
I don't know. That's just my thinking.
Shit. I was gonna say something. Oh, The game, that was something I was going to bring up, is although I like the actor who's playing James Bond in the game, he's not someone I would have chosen to play James Bond. Even if it was a younger version of James Bond.
Yeah.
I don't think he's got it. And his English accent, there's times when it sounds fake.
Is he not English?
No, he's Irish.
Oh.
Or Scottish.
I think I'd
he's
prefer
Irish.
an Irish person try to pull off an English accent than like an American person.
But that's the thing, is I've heard American actors do a better English accent than him.
Name one.
There's like a flood that just came to mind. Why is that so hard?
And that's it for today.
When someone like you think of all these choices, and then someone's like, "Name one," and you're like, "Why
And then
can't I
the
name
list
one?"
goes. Whoop.
No, I've definitely heard better ones in the past. He does a great American accent. He knows how to go from his.
That's not the question.
I'm just saying he does a better American accent than he does an English accent.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Uh.
Sean Connery did a better English accent.
He didn't really do an English accent. He kind of just did his own
He
voice.
kind of went back and forth. Sometimes he did Scottish.
But he also
sometimes did English.
played James Bond as a Scottishman,
Isn't
like
that
he's
weird,
supposed
though?
to be. But he's Scottish. James Bond is Scottish.
I know, but like, how did we get so comfortable with an English James Bond when he was supposed to be Scottish?
I think it's because he works for the MI6. He's like in England. It's like more because you're not gonna have a James Bond be like, I'm Bond, James Bond. You
I
know.
was just about to say, like, how would that sound? Even in like a casual conversation.
And there's only one Scottishman, Sean Connery, that has like that. The name's Bond, James Bond. It's like.
Oh, yeah. I'm wet.
I don't think that's the sound I'd make, but
That one.
I wish I could do that. I feel constipated.
Well, how many slices of pizza did we devour yet? Yes.
Are you judging?
Brain fart.
We had a mountain-sized pizza from Mount
I'm
Mike's.
hearing judgment from Blake.
I'm feeling judged right now, and I don't like it. Okay. I think that does it.
Yeah,
We've been here for an hour and a half.
Yeah.
Um,
Talked about too many things.
Brandon got angry, shared his feelings.
Doom, is it on the top 50? I don't care if it's a European, whatever.
Eurogamer.
Eurogamer. Doom should have been somewhere on that list.
I guess they just
Blueprints?
don't. They don't like metal over there in England, which is total horseshit. I mean, that's where Bring Me the Horizon comes from.
Right.
Anyway, Brandon, you wanna?
Funny how of all metal bands, that's the one you think of. Bring Me the Horizon.
Because I listen to them the most. I have. Yeah.
Yeah.
Duh. Anyways, Brandon, do you want to close us out?
How do we
die?
How do we close out?
I don't know. How'd you do it last time?
I threw in plugs. You can check out Aaron at Aaron something at youtube.com. Some along those lines.
It's usually like youtube.com/Aaron something.
I'm not doing that. Type in Aaron something, you'll find him. Same thing with Brandon, obviously. That's my YouTube channel, if you didn't know. If you don't know, what who are you? Where'd you come from? Blake, do you want to have any plugs?
He's got
Do
a
you know
microphone.
what a plug is? Not a butt plug.
He's got a microphone.
Yeah, I got a microphone.
He's got a microphone. He's got a microphone.
I don't have anything, so.
Not yet.
Well, when I'm done building the PC, maybe.
But
shit's expensive.
make sure to like and subscribe to the channel if you like listening to, more white boys rambling about stupid shit. If you prefer listening platforms like Spotify, we have our channel over on Spotify.
Yes.
Make sure to leave us a 5-star rating over there if you enjoyed what you listened to.
Yes.
The visual version is still on Spotify, so you can still witness it the same way.
Yes.
But the best way to help our channel grow is word of mouth. So letting your family and friends who you think might be interested in the kind of nerdy stuff that we talk about, make sure to point them in our direction. That
Yes.
helps out the channel the most. But with that being said, I have been your host, Aaron.
I have been your host, Brandon.
I've been the guest, Blake.
And we'll see you in the next one. Peace.
Peace.